If you're selling on Amazon and want to make more sales, this video is for you. I'm going to talk about how to optimize your Amazon product listing for more traffic, conversion, and of course, sales. My name is Omar, and I'm the founder of OJ Digital Solutions, an agency that helps Amazon sellers just do that. We optimize Amazon product listings from A to Z, from converting copywriting to image designs. And we have already worked with more than 6,000 brands worldwide and have optimized listings in 8 different languages, of course, with the English being the primary language. So going back to the subject, I'm going to talk about how to optimize a product listing. And for us to be on the same page, I'm going to share with you here this image showing the anatomy of a listing. So what do I mean by optimize a listing? So the listing is made up of these components mainly. These components include the title. So in terms of writing, you have the title, you have the product description, you have the bullet points. The product description is what appears for most listings, but if your listing, if your actual brand is registered on Amazon's brand registry, the description goes on the back end, and then you will display this A plus content, which is an enhanced product description with images. And on the image side, you have, of course, the A plus content because it needs design, and then you have these gallery images. Also, you have a section on the back end called the back end search terms, and this is a hidden section on the back end which can add extra keywords that will help in search engine optimization and indexing more specifically. So more keywords, the keywords that you add there are indexed on Amazon. Why does this optimization even matter? So whether you're a new brand or an existing brand, optimizing your product listing will essentially do two things. Number one, when you are improving the product listing internally, you are improving the conversion rate, which means that when somebody finds your listing and your listing is very well optimized, like we're going to check in a few moments, you will have an increased conversion rate. And also optimizing very specific elements such as the main image, the title, and of course other elements that are not related to listing optimization like pricing and getting more reviews, you will get more clicks because these are the things that buyers will see on the front end when they are before they click on your listing. So when you are optimizing the conversion rate and of course the click-through rate, what's happening here? You will get, of course, more sales, and you enter this loop. So more sales means more like a higher rank. So Amazon will reward you because you are making more sales, so it will rank you higher. When you rank higher, you get more clicks. When you get more clicks, you get more traffic. And when you get more traffic, you get more sales. So you want to get into this loop as quickly as possible. And Amazon listing optimization is the first step in doing that. So just to show you a little bit what we did for a few of our clients, Jeff here was our client, and he is a founder of PDX Reading. Before optimizing the listing, the problem was that his listing was not optimized. He didn't know how to rank higher, how to sell more of his product. And this was a good case study because immediately after updating our content, he ranked on the first page on Amazon in a category that had 40,000 plus listings. And after 24 hours, he sold more, actually 10% of his entire inventory, which is something that you never see. It's rare to see such a result by just optimizing the product listing. For context, the more competition you have, the more effort you need to make in order to rank on page one. So usually we don't expect right away to have an effect from Amazon listing optimization. You would need to do also a little bit of a push with product launch or product PPC campaigns. And in this case, he was able to rank immediately after updating the content that we provided. Here's another example of just to show you this image and the impact of this image. So before optimization, this client didn't have quality images, and it's in a very competitive market with a low conversion rate. After we optimized his images, he got 100 sales in the first month while doing the product launch. So the product launch helped. It's not just a listing optimization. He also was doing a launch campaign, promotional campaign. Here are two other types of clients that we've helped. Let me move my face somewhere. So Bashar Katou, he's the founder of BJK University, and he's a mentor to over 13,000 students learning how to start Amazon FBA businesses. And to show you that he tried us multiple times for his own products, and then because he wanted to give a really good experience for his students, he is sending his students to do their listings with us so that we could handle their listings in the best possible way and help him with the clients, with his clients, basically his students' success. On the other hand, you have Bryce, one seller that he's a founder actually of the brand called Orphic Nutrition, a brand supplement brand. And in this brand, we helped him with the content, with all the creatives for a few of his Orphic Nutrition products, which contributed in him selling his brand to an aggregator called Seller X for 7 figures. So he was a typical case study of people that start Amazon businesses and then they grow these brands and sell them to exit. So how are we doing all of this? We're not your typical Amazon listing agency. It's not just Amazon listing optimization and just random words. We have an actual formula. It's called the triple impact formula. And this triple impact formula is because we have three main impactful SEO, impactful sales copy, and impactful design. So combining these three elements, we can create the best possible product listing for our clients. So we've worked, as I mentioned, we've helped over 6,000 brands over 6 years, and this is how we were able to develop this formula of our own. So the first part of the formula is the impactful SEO. And how does this work? Well, the SEO means we are optimizing for the search engine. Search engine is Amazon's search engine in this case. So we find keywords first. We need to source the keywords to include, and then we include these keywords in the listing. So how do we find keywords? We primarily use Helium 10, and we have two methods of doing that. First method is reverse ASIN lookup, meaning that we source keywords from competitor products. And this is way easier when there is lots of competitors. And the second method is using Magnet, another tool in which you will just add the seed keyword, and from the seed keyword you can source other keywords. Now this method we don't use it often, but it's more used for more unique products because you need to find very specific keywords related to the actual product or to the search terms that the people might use to find this product that they're looking for. Now, impactful sales copy is the actual sales copy. And what we do is we choose our words carefully. We find exactly what are the main pain points of the buyer that the buyer has, and what this product will solve for these buyers. So we really go in depth into defining the pain points, and then we craft the title, the bullet points, and the product description. So for the title, we use very impactful words, and we have a structure to structure the title in a way that will drive more clicks, taking into account the brand name, the main keywords, other product features that are important, and adding them all in the title. For the bullet points, what we do is we have 5 main bullet points, and you have a specific number of characters indexed. Usually it's 1,000 characters across all 5 bullet points. So we make the bullet points short and sweet, but also with very important keywords included. And then we write a product description that follows the AIDA method, which is a method used for persuasion, starting with an attention and going into the call to action at the end. So this is the method that we use for the product description. And as I mentioned, for brands also registered on Amazon's brand registry, they will have the A plus content, which I'll show you in a little bit. But this is what the sales copy includes, and it's something that does really require a manual touch. So you might even think that AI generated content could help, but everybody is doing now AI generated content. So if you really want to stand out from the crowd, you need to really dive much deeper into the pain points and optimize every little detail in your product listing. So this example right here is an optimized title. It's not the typical optimized title because we would structure it differently, but this has been tested quite a few times, this particular title, and it's for the brand Motorola. I'm sure you know it. It's the phone brand, so we've done this one for them. So we started with the brand name, and then we've added the model name very specifically. This is something also they requested. And then we've added some main keywords, then features that the buyer is looking for in this particular product. And at the end, we've added the variation. And then you have the impactful design, the third part, which is the product images. Now, this is something that most people neglect and they don't understand the importance of design. 80% of people or 90% they process information visually. And when they are scrolling on the main page, they have to click on something. They have to click on one of the products. And the image is what mostly allows the person to decide which product to click on, and especially the main image. The main image is the most important image of all the images that you have on the gallery. So the main image is the image that appears on the front, and this image should clearly show what the product is, who this product is for, and if it includes variations, if it includes multiple elements, they should all be included in the main image. And you can use various tactics for improving the main image, like 3D rendering, shadows, placing the product at an angle, showing the packaging. There are lots of things that you can include and add them all together. So in this example, you will see this main image in which we have included the product, the packaging, a text here that shows how many pieces the buyer will be getting, with all the pieces included as well. With images, you need to also take into account photography. So you need to have really high quality photos first before starting. And for example, on our end, if the client doesn't have photos, at least we try to see if the supplier has some photos of the product on a white background so that we can process the designs. And if not, then we would go for the photography option. You can see here the other gallery images. I'll discuss more, but these gallery images, each one is giving an actual message. This one is actually the main image. We've added it twice in this case, but as an example. But usually you can add 6 other images. Here we have 5. And each image tells a story or is showing something specific. So this is the product image funnel, okay? And what do I mean by this? A funnel is usually like we start from the attention up to awareness and up to when the buyer wants to buy. So we start from the beginning. You go through this funnel, you ask yourself these questions, and then you can design images to answer these questions. And you don't need to have them all, but some of them at least will be very helpful in persuading the buyer into buying your product. So first, does my product solve the customer's problem? Of course, it's much better if you show an educational image that shows the problem being solved or the target audience using this product. And this is very important especially if the product is not clear which problem it's solving. So let me give you an example. If you have a new supplement for, let's say, brain fog or for focus, and people don't know what this supplement is for, you could show an educational image that is showing this target audience, if it's a man or a woman, specifically if you're targeting one of them, using this product, or for example, with the hand on the head and with the text. So these elements combine together to educate how this supplement is helping them. Then, second question, why does my product solve this problem better than a competitor? So, in this case, you can add a USP image or an us versus them image. And USP is unique selling proposition. It's like an extra, it's something that only your product has. You can add it there, or you could show an us versus them. So, this product versus this product. But of course, you cannot mention usually these types of images, you cannot mention the competitor name. It's very tricky with Amazon. Then you can ask yourself again, what are the features that the customer must know before making a buying decision? So you can add features, a features image. So for example, dimensions, size, these things are very important. You don't want to get a bad review because of because the for example the buyer thought that the product was small, but it ended up being a big one. You might get a negative review because of that. What are the buying barriers? And FAQ about the product that you can answer before they place the order. So, for example, how to use it, how to clean it, and who this product is for. Then, why they should trust you as a brand, especially if you're a new brand. You can add a trust image. And in the trust image, of course, you actually need to have evidence. So, you don't need to add this image if you don't have evidence. And a trust image could be a testimonial also from a client. So if somebody said something good about your product, it can be added in one of the images. And again, what extra push can I give the customer to make the sale? So in case you have an offer, a specific offer, something extra, are you giving an ebook away? Are you giving an extra product? So buy two, get one, something like that. You can add an offer image. So here are a few examples of these images. So on the left side here, you will see the USP image. So it's an image showing somebody, the target audience, using the product. You have an icon, so it shows that it acts on the bones. And then you have actually connective tissue, so connecting the bones. And then you have a text, and you also have the product, the photo of the product. So this is a USP image. Then the features image in the middle, adding very specific information. So 120 capsules, for example, this is important, and for 17 weeks. And then you have on the right side the trust image, and you can see that you have badges. So you can easily also add badges. If it's made in the US, it's quality, made in the US, quality comes first. These are trust images. In terms of infographic designs and lifestyle examples, here you have the us versus them. Why us on the left side? So in this example, you see this brand versus others. So others, we haven't mentioned a specific name of a competitor, and you don't even want to mention it because you don't want people to go to competitors. So others, for example, this product doesn't make any of these, while ours has all of these benefits and features. In the middle, you will see a how to use image that clearly explains how to use this instant cold pack. And on the right side, who this is for. So this is in Spanish, and it says that it's perfect for children, small children, and also adults. But this was more targeted to children, and so it shows a child, and it shows that also it supports up to 150 kgs. So if your brand is registered on Amazon's brand registry, I've mentioned this before, you can add the enhanced brand content, which is also called the A plus content. And this A plus content takes way more real estate on your Amazon product listing, and it can boost the conversion rate by up to or at least 20%. So it's huge. So that's why I always recommend to have one. And these are some of the examples that we did and the layouts that we follow. We used to have more text modules, but we don't have anymore for a few reasons. One, the A plus content is not indexed on Amazon, so the text that you add in those text modules is not taken into consideration by the algorithm. Some people argue otherwise, but 95% of people say say that, and we've tested it as well. So you can see that this is the reason number one. Reason number two, when you put the layout in full on Amazon, you will see that you have lots of blank spaces, so it doesn't look good. And also when you're on mobile, the modules will be one on top of the other. If you use banners like this, it all stays in one place and it looks way better, and you can even connect the images. So you can see here a few examples in multiple different niches. Then you can also add a brand story. The brand story is very important when it comes to branding. And by adding a brand story and having 5 A+ contents approved by Amazon, at the time of recording this video, of course, you can also get access to the premium A+ content, which is an enhanced version of the A+ content, in which you can also add images and videos and FAQs. So that's also not necessary. A+ content alone is enough, but the premium A+ content gives even more of a conversion rate because you can add even more elements. But you can do that if you're able to invest in your listing. So for this brand story, the brand story can have up to unlimited modules here, these squares, but you don't want to have too many. Usually we go for this banner with a text or the branding, and then you have one, two, three, and a fourth one, or maybe six at most. Otherwise, the people will just keep on scrolling, and you want them to go down or to go up and place the order. So this is the brand story option as well. We do this, and we also work on the storefront, which is something I haven't mentioned here, but the storefront is the main page, the main store page. It acts like a website and a landing page, and you can have multiple pages, one per category, and you can also invest in working on that storefront to direct people into different pages or categories or listings. So that's it for this video. I hope that you found the information useful. And if you need any assistance with your product listings, don't hesitate to contact us at OJ Digital Solutions. You can go to our website and reach out, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.